Hello loves, it's Brit, and in this video I'm going to talk about what it means to have Saturn conjunct the North Node in Synastry. So when your Saturn or your North Node is conjunct with someone's Saturn or North Node in the Synastry chart. So this one I would say is definitely a soulmate connection. It can be a little bit less comfortable than the Saturn conjunct the South Node in Synastry, but a little bit more growth oriented and faded and definitely serious. So this isn't, unless we've got a lot of other fun aspects going on, this isn't a super light-hearted aspect to have, but it is an aspect that would show when you meet this person, when you're having this connection with them, when your souls have been brought together, you've definitely been brought together for a reason, for a purpose, and both people, I would say, feel that strongly. The Saturn person can feel that the North Node person maybe makes them a little bit insecure, a little bit more aware of where they feel deeply inadequate, but yet where they definitely have lessons to learn based on the quality of their Saturn. So the North Node person can really help the Saturn person realize what the Saturn lessons are. If they aren't living up to them already, this relationship is going to bring them up. And then the Saturn person, by just being who they are and embodying their own Saturn energy, is going to really help the North Node person go towards the qualities of their North Node if they haven't already been activated into their soul's purpose, which is shown by the North Node. So as you can see, on both ends, we're having this pulling towards our destiny and towards our healing, basically, right? So for the Saturn person, more healing, and then the North Node person, more of their calling in life. So it's very intense. It's very deep. I feel like with this connection, the people are going to end up talking about spiritual things or deep things or things related to their mission, their career. Maybe this could be a working relationship. I feel like these two energies would actually work really well in a work partnership or business partnership. Also, I could see it working well in a relationship, in an intimate relationship, because you're both helping each other do what you need to do in this lifetime. You're both helping each other learn what you need to learn in this lifetime. And while it may be a little bit uncomfortable for both people, really, because it's this energy, it's Saturn, where we really know we have to work on, but we're kind of challenged, right? We're rehabilitated in the area of our Saturn. No, we're not. It's actually really the opposite, although we feel that. We feel like, wow, this is my issue, right? And then the North Node person, the North Node is our calling. It's what's directly opposite what's comfortable, but it's where our growth lies. It's where our fated destiny lies. And so being around the Saturn person can really activate us to a new layer of our mission. And so I feel like when we have this aspect and it's showing up, it's definitely going to be an important relationship for both people. If there is pain involved, if there is a heartbreak, if there is some difficulty there being shown by some type of heartbreak situation, I think that it would still be beneficial because it's showing you where the pain is and it's helping you move forward in your life. It's helping you with success. It's helping you with your confidence. It's helping you with your destiny. So I do think that whatever happens in this relationship, you're going to see it as a pivotal one. And I actually think it can be quite long lasting if the people are working on themselves, if the people are on their mission, if the people are focused on their healing. It can last forever then, because the Saturn person is going to want to cling on to the North Node person, and the North Node person, depending on where they're at with their North Node, may feel like the Saturn person is very serious and stern and hard on them and maybe kind of like a wet blanket on their life, or they can feel like they're an incredibly grounding influence and they're able to materialize those qualities of their North Node. And so I think this can be a very binding influence. Like I'm seeing it, it's just very strongly binding. And definitely karmic, definitely soulmate. It really depends on the sign, you know, how this energy is going to play out. I really do feel like with this one, it could be working partnership, it could be a marriage. I mean, it could be anything, friendship, whatever, but definitely business. I just feel like because of the nature of Saturn in the North Node, I think this one could be a really good business partnership as well. And I think it could be very good, although the people might be initially weary of each other and, you know, looking, you know, at each other like, who's that person? There's something there, but they just make me a little bit uncomfortable. They make me feel a little bit inadequate. And, you know, maybe the North Node person is not ready to go forward into their North Node, and they're going to resent the influence of Saturn bringing that seriousness and that grounding energy to their North Node, right? So it really depends on where the people are at. And yeah, but I think it can be really good. And I think with all Saturn placements in Synastry, you'd rather see it than not see it. Same with Saturn in the composite chart. It's like you'd rather have this aspect in your Synastry with someone, like if it's the only Saturn aspect, you'd rather deal with it than not, because it gives that longevity, right? It makes the people commit to each other. If there's no Saturn in the Synastry or the composite charts, there will be no relationship to have. And I mean that as far as intimate romantic relationships, because we don't always need to have Saturn with all of our friends or acquaintances or clients or whatever, but we do want to see Saturn when it's going to be a significant long-term relationship with growth, and where, yeah, we feel really bonded with someone. We're going to want to see the Saturn. So I think that's definitely a rule, is that you want to have Saturn in a relationship chart and in a Synastry chart. So like, even though it may be uncomfortable, it may suck at times, it may remind you of where you got to work on yourself and learn these life challenges, you would rather have it than not, because that is what bonds people, because souls like to learn and grow. And what greater opportunity than to have someone who's activating these points in your chart. So yeah, that's how I feel about that one. There could be karma here as far as parental karma too. So where we've been one or the other's parent in a past lifetime, or just a teacher figure. The Saturn person can kind of take on the role of like a teacher or mentor or guide as well to the node person. So that would be kind of the past life influence, but it could be many things, because with Saturn, it's so karmic that it could be many different past lives as well. Like I wouldn't just say that there was one past life only. There could have been many with this aspect for it to be showing up, for this relationship to be attracted into your life. Really meditate on it and go deep within your own subconscious to figure out what lies here. What is the gift here that this relationship is giving you? Because I'm sure that it is a lot of gifts. So, but that's up to your own soul to decide, and based on the other aspects too. What else is going on in the charts? So I hope that was helpful. I do offer one-on-one sessions. I do two types of sessions. One is a soul purpose session based on your own natal chart, and then the other is a Synastry session, which is comparing the two charts for soulmates, for karmic relationships, for all types of relationships. I do all types. So my links are below. Love you guys. Let me know if this resonated and what your experiences are of this aspect. I'd love to know. Okay, bye guys.